welcome. This is Rough Cut and I'm your host Kaveree Bamzai. As always, and I know it's repetition, but I watch the movie so that you don't have to. And I only tell you what to watch. Or I give you a pretty good reason why you shouldn't watch what's on streaming or in the theaters that week. Today I'm going to give you 10 questions that I had when I watched Cocktail, and I watched it just about a couple of hours ago, so it's fresh in my mind. One, why do people in Bollywood, the actors, not know how to enunciate Hindi? This is the Hindi film industry, right? So why can't they speak Hindi properly? And I'm not just referring to Rashmika Mandanna. Sure, she's from Karnataka and has a disadvantage. But Kriti Sanon, what stops her from speaking Hindi properly? It is a mystery to me. Number two. Please bear with me. I've actually written down all these 10 questions today so that I don't miss any. Why does every film have to have a DDLJ reference? Here it comes in the second half where Kriti Sanon, this is no spoiler alert, comes back to haunt, literally, the wedding of these two protagonists played by Rashmika Mandanna and Shahid Kapoor. And it's supposed to be one way in which Kriti Sanon tries to endear herself to Shahid Kapoor's family and Rashmika and Shahid's friends. Don't ask me. Yes, but it is a DDLJ reference. 3. What is wrong with Kriti Sanon? Okay, I understand. She's great looking. She has a terrific body. She wants to show it to the world. Well done. But she knows that she's in danger of being typecast as this confused woman, supposedly the cool girl who's always on, who's always excited, who's always ready to, excite somebody. I don't understand. The last 2-3 movies that she's done, she's played a version of this, and someone please tell her stop. It's just too much, and please go get a different hair color for your hair, really. 4. And this follows from Kriti Sanon's character, can a woman who's supposed to be a free spirit, this is in air quotes, can she be anything except promiscuous and somewhat mentally unstable if she's a Hindi film heroine? The answer from Cocktail 2 is no. There's no way she can do that. If she has expresses a desire for desire, there's definitely something wrong with her. There's definitely something in her past or something in her family which has made her the way she is. Number 5. Men are fools. Okay, we may know that from reality as well, but we see that projected in Hindi films again and again. They don't know what they want. They're easily led by the women in their lives and pretty much do as they're told. Number 6, every film shot abroad has to have the heroines, or at least one of them, in very abbreviated swimwear. It's called, I suppose, the bikini scenes. But these scenes are never shot in India for some reason. They're always shot in Western beaches. What prevents the women in these movies from wearing swimwear, if it is that, in Indian locales? Beats me. It has to be some foreign and exotic destination. In this case, it is Sicily, Italy. Why anyone should visit Sicily, Italy is beyond me. I suppose they're trying to do a White Lotus, but it isn't. Okay, I've lost count. But the next one is the dialogues, which have reached this apex of creativity. Love is supposed to be like the patti hui t-shirt that you love so much that you sleep in it every day. It's supposed to be the bhara hua almera, which you can't let go of. Yes, it is supposed to be the dil ka sukoon, not the aankhon ki chamak. Who's writing these dialogues? I hope it's not the director, Homi Adajania. I'm seriously worried for him. This is, after all, the man who made wonderful movies in the past. Even Cocktail, the spiritual prequel of this, was somewhat better than this. And, he's made Finding Fanny and Being Cyrus. So what he's doing here, I don't know. Hindi medium. This is the same guy who's made all these movies. So I think he or his dialogue writer, either of them needs some reality check. Then this obsession, yes, this obsession with adultery. I mean, there can't be any relationship that does not have a hint of adultery here. Here, either the woman has to go through an Agni Pariksha, which involves some sexual act, or the man has to go through an Agni Pariksha, which also involves a sexual act, but it has to be there. There is no relationship where adultery is not an afterthought or a forethought or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and I think two major questions that I had after this, and after this I'll tell you a little more about the movie. Why is Shahid Kapoor in the movie? Was it the opportunity to go on a nice holiday and really, just be himself, wear some nice clothes, do a couple of dances, which he's so good at, and, just generally hang out? This is, after all, the actor who's done Haider and Kamine, which really makes you wonder both about the movies and how they've fallen and declined, and about him and sympathies with him. Either he's not getting the scripts that he wants, or he's passing on all the good scripts, and it's either way a tragedy. And the last question really is, why has Bollywood, why has the Hindi film industry forgotten how to make romantic comedies? This is a film industry that was absolutely wonderful at it. I mean, whether you look at the 50s, 60s, 70s, the 90s, of course, the ones that we remember and the ones that are used as a touchstone in every film now, which has something to do with romance. What has gone wrong with Bollywood? It really needs to do some soul searching to find its soul again. As far as a little more about the movie is concerned, I can tell you that it's supposed to be the spiritual sequel to Cocktail, which was also directed by Homi Adajania, which supposedly gave Deepika Padukone a fresh lease of life, and she was forever the cool girl after that, which I suppose is the unfortunate trophy that Kriti Sanon is going after. This was a movie that was not particularly great, but in retrospect seems to have a little more soul and depth than this one. And it is about these two people, played by Rashmika, Mandanna and Shahid Kapoor, who have been living together for the longest time. He's a chef and restaurateur, I think. We really don't know what she does. Have been living together. They're sort of happy, but we don't know exactly how happy, and they don't want to get married. They'd rather save for a foreign holiday. When the question of a foreign holiday comes up, they decide to actually go. When the question of a wedding comes up, they actually decide to go on a foreign holiday, which is why they find themselves in Sicily, and they find themselves in the company of Kriti Sanon, who for some reason has been hanging out there doing all sorts of things, including dancing and waitressing and generally flipping her hair and wearing wonderfully abbreviated swimwear and other such costumes by the beach. Then it's pretty predictable. There's a second half where they all come back to India and they have one long destination wedding where all sorts of things happen, including a bachelorettes and a bachelor's night. And oh yes, I'm already tired. Anyway, as I said, this is a movie that you should avoid. Stay home this weekend. Please don't waste your money or your time. There's lots to watch on streaming, including the very dark and disturbing Rag, but 1,000 times better than this. It's about the Sanjay and Geeta Chopra murders, and anyone who was in Delhi in the 70s can tell you about it. And there was, of course, a chapter in an episode in Black Warrant about it. There's that, there's Widow's Bay, there's a whole lot of stuff that you can watch, and some more stuff coming up next week. So save all your money, I hope. Don't watch this. Don't get taken in by the beautiful scenes and the, well, not beautiful costumes with fairly okay costumes. I suppose that's one of the perks that Homi Adajania has. He's Anaita Shroff Adajania's husband, so she's done all the costumes. She also appears in it, by the way. I think this is a new trend. Every director has decided to give his or her spouse a cameo. We saw this with Yami Gautam and Dhurandhar. We see this with Homi Adajania and Cocktail too. Well done, but well, don't inflict it on the poor viewer. We could do a lot better, and I think you could do a lot better than Cocktail 2 as well. See you next week at the movies.